What is up, guitar legends? We're looking at Naive by the Kooks today. It is a pretty tricky song. I'm not gonna lie to you, there are some bar chords and some difficult. It's because it's played on the electric guitar originally. Alright, it's easy to play bar chords on the electric, but just to show you that you can do it on the acoustic, I'm gonna be teaching you on this today. You can play on either. Let's start with the intro and the verse part. Alright, this is the part that goes. So this is the hard part, in my opinion. So let's just start with this first chord. We have a G sharp minus 7. All right, now you can just play the chord. You can go down, up, 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 down, up. That's the rhythm. Down, up, 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 down, up. So try and get used to doing the 16th note movement with your strumming hand like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because that's what's going to be happening all the time. Can you see that? I'm just keeping that wrist moving. Now you don't have to do that. All right, you can just do the rhythms that I'm showing you. Okay, if that's too difficult, so don't panic. So we're gonna play down, up, 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 down, up. Now to kind of cut off the chord in between here, because it's not smooth. It's not like this, is it? It's like this. So we actually have to bounce the chord hand a little bit, okay? So after that down up, you release the pressure. So just practice that, going down, up, release. Then we have another short up in there, so you're gonna have to bring it in, up, then release it. Practice this first bit. Down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, 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 down, up. The rest of it you can leave the chord pushed in. So we just have two chord bounces here. So try this with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, 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 down, up, down, up, 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 down, up. Now if you want to get this, the little riff there, you can use your 4th finger on G6. Okay, we bring it on for the second up there, and we take it off on the very last up. You don't have to add this 4th finger, you can just do the chord. It's just a little extra thing to make it more like a riff. Now the second chord, so notice for this first chord the wrist is down. Second chord is going to come up. Thumb's going to come up too. Alright, just a bit more comfortable. You might be able to do it like this, but oh, it's horrible for me. So we've gone from G sharp minor to E major. And again, we're going to do the same rhythm. Still with the chord bouncing in the same place. So just practice this chord with this rhythm. Down, up, 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 down, down, up, 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 down, up. If you want to add in the riff, what you need to do is start here for the first down, up, then move it down to G6 again. Now if you hit the A string, then it's going to sound weird. So bring the 3rd finger up a little bit. It's still pushed in, but just bring it up a bit so that it's touching the A string. Then the A string can't ring. Right? You see that? You can't hear the A string. I'm hitting it, but you can't hear because the 3rd finger is touching it. As soon as you touch the string, it will stop vibrating, remember. So we got. For our 3rd chord, you need to slide this very shape up from E major to F major, but we need to add the thumb to the 6th fret because we have A sharp in the bass. It's the same rhythm, same bouncing. Down, up, 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 down. you can slide this finger down if you still want to get that riff note in. But it's a bit difficult. The guitarist doesn't even do that live, to be honest. He just plays the chord. Then we're gonna split the rhythm up for the last two chords. So we do down, up on B major, the bar chord here. You don't have to do a bar chord, you can just do the sort of lower four notes. That's fine. Now this last shape is really odd because you probably have never used it before. It's basically F sharp 7 with B flat in the bass. So you can use your thumb here for these last two shapes if you want. Personally, I just prefer to do it with my first finger covering the bass. Again, same rhythm, down, up, 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 down, up. So you change after the first up. Now this is really tricky, this is difficult, right? But it works for the intro, there are 3 verses, right? This works for all 3 verses, and we're just gonna keep repeating this progression. So it goes round and round. So try and play this with me when you're ready. Okay, pause the video first and practice this, obviously. Here we go, we'll do a bit slower as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, 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 down, down, up, 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 down, up, down, up, 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 down, up, down, up, 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 down, up, down, up, 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 down. It just goes round and round. Now I understand this is really difficult. The easier way of doing it is just to not bother with the riff. Just do the chords like this. Much easier. Now, once we've done this 4 times or whatever for the verse, we get into the chorus, right? I know, she knows, I'm not fun of asking. True or false it may be, she still has to get me. I know, she knows, I'm not fun of asking. Now, this chorus is a strange one because the bass guitarist is playing E to G sharp, then F sharp, then E. But then the guitarist is playing E sus, B, and then F sharp with A sharp in the bass. So when we're trying to play on acoustic guitar, just us, it's difficult to know what the best thing to do is. We have some options here. Personally, I think the easiest thing to do is just to play the chord and forget about the bass note here. Just get the chord right. So we can just play E major, then B, then F sharp. Just do that. It's the simplest way, and you can just do the same shape moving it around. If you want to play E sus, that instead of E major if you want to, and also instead of F sharp down here, if you want to, you can do what the guitarist does. You can do a higher F sharp shape with an A sharp in the bass, but to be honest, it just sounds a bit too quiet for my liking because it's higher up. I'd rather do a big a big bar chord here. So just work on this shape, okay? You want to use fingers 3, 4, and 2, not your usual 1, 2, 3, because we're going to move it all the way up for the other chords. Okay, it makes it a movable shape here. So just have a look at this shape, make sure you got that. Now in terms of the timing, we do E major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so E major is a whole set of 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. B is half, F sharp is half. Now for B, you could do a bar chord, or you can have open B and E. F sharp though, I would keep it a bar chord. It sounds a bit weird when you're playing along to the song if you have open B and E, so maybe make that one a bar chord. You can use your thumb if you want, guys. You can play it like this, use your thumb in the bass, if that's easier for you. So we got the chords down, let's have a look at the rhythm. Okay, the rhythm's slightly different to the verse. It's going to be more ongoing. We don't have any chord bouncing, which is much easier. So get your E major chord ready with the correct fingers. We're going to play down, down, up, up, down, down. Ready, 2, 3, try it with me. Down, down, up, down, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, down. 1, 2. One more time. Down, down, up, down, down. Okay, now when we're doing B major and F sharp, we're gonna have to do down, down, up, down, down. So 2 downs on B, quickly slide it down and finish the rhythm on F sharp. So down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. Okay, now one thing I add in is a little down, up on the end. Okay, so as I'm changing chord, I just play a down, up there. So watch. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. It just helps to fill the space. It connects the chords together. You don't have to do it. That's why it's in brackets. So we do down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. Alright, now it is a little bit quicker than this. Alright, but the first chorus we're just going to do 1 strum per chord. Alright, the first chorus we don't really need this rhythm that much until the end. So the chorus is going to sound like this in the beginning, just the first chorus, more stripped back. We go, I know, she knows, I'm not fond of asking. Second time, true or false it may be, she's still out to get me. That's how I know, she knows, I'm not fond of asking. Last time, true or false it may be, she's still out to get me. Now here, we want to add the rhythm. Okay, the very last B and F sharp, we add the rhythm. Okay, then we're gonna have E major twice, which takes us into the verse. So in the song they do E sus. So again, just to clarify here, before we start verse 2, we need to play E major twice. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. Okay. Now I emphasize the last one and then I bring my hand in. So it's just a ba, right? Which sounds quite cool when you're playing along to the song. Then we have our second chorus, right? So the second verse is exactly the same as the first one. I mean, even the words are pretty much the same, right? But there's a really cool little drum hit that we can add in. It's a little bit complicated, a little bit advanced. You don't have to do it, but I'm going to show you anyway. So this is in the verse, second verse, the second time around the chords. We start the same, and it's right at the end here. We go down, up, 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 down, up, 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 up. Okay, this is why the 16th note movement is important, because then it just comes naturally. You just go down, up, 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 down, up, up, up. And the drums are going. Okay, you'll hear it when you play along to the original. Again, you don't have to do this. It's just something I do. Down, up, 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 and then you continue. So let me just show you what it sounds like in the mix of this. Normal. Okay, so that's a cool little hit there. You don't have to do it though. For those of you that want to take your playing to the next level, make sure you sign up to my premium membership website. You'll gain access to all my backing tracks, all of my lessons, and I'll teach you how to improvise, solo, and play advanced chords. Enjoy the rest of your lesson, guys. The rest of the verse is the same, right? Then we go into another chorus. Now remember, for the first chorus, we were just keeping it stripped down, but the second chorus is going to be full out the main rhythm I showed you. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, down, down. True or false it may be, she's still out to get me. Then we get into this. And guess what, guys? We can use the same rhythm as the chorus. So we can still go down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. It's the same thing, right? And if you want to add in the extra down, up in brackets, you can. So try and block off all the other strings. So I put my middle finger on the A and the E string. It's just touching, it's not pushing in. All right, and that blocks those ones off. And then I kind of position my first finger so it blocks off the lower 2 string. That way you can really go. You're only getting these 2 notes, you're not getting any of the other strings, right? So this is very important. Instead of just trying to play everything, you want to block off any strings you don't want. If that's too difficult, then it's not going to sound as good, but you can still just play. You can still play it, you just have to be careful to only hit the D and the G string. It's the middle 2 strings, basically. So have a look at the tab, right? We're going to go down, down, up. Now on that up, you need to slide. Right, so we've got first finger on G4, third finger on D6. Right, we slide it up 2 frets. So I'm still going down, down, up, down, down, but I'm sliding on the first up. If you want to add the last down up, you can, like this. And then I actually slide after I do that next down. Okay, bit of a strange one because the third finger slides at 1 fret, but the first finger slides up 2 frets. So we're kind of crushing the shape into a 1 fret gap from that 2 fret gap. See that? So just watch out for that. It's a little strange, but it allows you to do the slide. So we have. So I move back up to the 2 fret gap here. All right, so we've gone from 4-6 to 6-8 to 8-9 to 9 and 11. So all together we have down, down, up, down, 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 up. Then we do the same thing again. Down, down, up, down, down. You can still slide if you want to. Sometimes I don't do the slide, you don't have to, okay? So down, down, up, down, down. Then we have this. So what actually happens is he goes up here. He actually goes really high up, but because I have a cut neck here, I can reach that. Some of you won't be able to, so you can just play here. You can do an E major shape. You can do what I do, where I do this kind of little chord shape here. So pinky on B12, first finger bars D and G on the 9th fret. And you go down, down, up, down, down, again as before. And then 1 big strum to finish. I have the third finger here to E11 to get that. Okay, so all together we have down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, down. If you want to keep it simple, just do this. That's a simple version. More advanced version. That last part's quite tricky. You have to kind of suddenly lower the wrist. You can even get the low E and high E in there if you're skilled enough. And you have to block the A string with your second finger, or your first finger can be high enough to touch it. Now once we finish this first half of the riff, we do the same thing again with a slight variation on the ending. We just play down, down, up, down. So we slide up 2 more frets at this point. So now we're on 11 and 13, still a 2 fret gap here. Okay, so the first bit's the same. We stay here. We go 1 down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. So we stay there for a while. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, down. So we stay there for 1.5 of the rhythm, and then we move back down for up, down, down. So the whole riff all together, I'll do it a bit slower. Play with me if you want to, or just listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down. Then we go into verse 3. Alright, well done for getting this far, guys. You're honestly doing so well. You've pretty much learned the whole song now. There's one part left. Because now we've done this bridge, we just have verse 3 and then we have another chorus, right? Verse 3 is the same as the other verses, and the chorus is the same as the other chorus as well. So once we finish this final chorus, you'll notice it goes into this little section. Just don't let me down, just don't let me down. Okay, there's a few ways we can play this. I'm going to try and show you a few ways of doing this. Right, the first shape is an E sus2. If you really struggle with this, it helps to push in the first finger and the second finger together, so you get more of a pinch going on and kind of twist into it a bit. If you struggle, you can just do more of an open chord. Don't get the sus note like that. Like this shape here, you've got open B and open E, so there's less of a push in, it's just more of a power chord shape. Then you take it down 1 fret to D sharp minor. Unfortunately, this does have to be a bar chord. There's no other way around it unless we put a cap on for this song, which we could have done potentially, but I'm trying to stay true to the original here. Then we go to our G sharp minor shape. Okay, I don't play minor 7 here, you can do, but I play G minor. You can use your thumb if that's easier. Okay, much more comfortable on the wrist, as you can see there. But some of you might have bigger necks than me on the guitar and will make it hard to do this. Just try both, see what's comfortable. Then we go up to B. Again, you can use your thumb or do a bar chord. I do a bar chord. Okay. And guess what, guys? For the rhythm, we can do exactly the same as we did for the chorus and what we also did for the bridge. So we can still go down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, like this. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. But you need to change halfway. Down, down, up, and then we change up, down, down. So we're kind of splitting it in half. Down, down, up, change, up, down, down. Remember, you need to change chord. The down up that's in brackets, you can actually be moving whilst you're doing it. Now, we do this 8 times, would you believe? But on the 8th time, we're going to do... We go back to the E sus. We do E sus, D sharp minor, and then we go on the E sus. The bass does still hit G sharp because that if it is in the chord. So it kind of ends like that, but we can't really play E major with G in the bass unless you got a crazy reach. So just do E sus2. You can tap it in if you want to. Alright, that is everything, guys. Well done for getting this far. Anything that you struggled with, you'll probably find that when you watch me do it on the play along and you try and play with me, it will make more sense. Sometimes you just have to pause the video and just practice yourself. Don't forget, you can slow down this play along that's coming up. You can actually do that in the settings. If this video was helpful, please give it a like. That'll help me out so much if you subscribe as well. And hit the notification bell icon, then you'll get updates for my new upcoming videos. All right, good luck with the play along. I'll see you in the next lesson. 1, 2, 3, 4.